About opening day, Grant. Every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
So the Houston starting five. They've got Dylan Brooks, Alperon Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Green, and it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. 6 to shoot. Another shot, and he nails the jumper.
Such a reliable mid-range shooter. Brooks doesn't hesitate when he sees an opportunity to rise up from there.
Outside Murray. Drives to the hoop. Brooks with the rebound.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Thompson with it. His last outing, he had 24 points. Jacks up a 3. He buries it from 3.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Murray inside. Brooks defending. Murray's shot is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Screen by Eason. Out to Thompson. Beyond the arc. Brown grabs the board. Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
Well, it's not what he's known for, but Jokic can throw it down when the chance presents itself.
Screen by Eason. Thompson attacking. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Yeah, we all know Murray is a shooter, but look out. He can finish, too.
Outside, Green. Outside for Brooks. Green with a screen on Murray. Back to Green. Back come the Nuggets on the run. Back to Murray. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
2 minutes remaining in the
The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Thompson outside. Soft touch off the glass. Thompson's got 7. Nuggets trail by 3. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Murray against Brooks. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Thompson passes to Green. Back to Thompson. And there's the drive. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, You can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Outside Eason. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
And that's just an all-around talent there. I mean, Green is dependable at finding his open teammates.
Murray passes to Brown. Back to Murray. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Jokic. Goes up on the wing. It's hauled in by Houston. Last time they met was in Houston.
And last time against this team, they struggled with foul trouble. It led to an ugly loss.
Yeah, look, when your best players can't stay on the floor, that's a problem. It puts your team in a really difficult position to win.
Back comes Houston in transition. Brooks outside. From behind the arc. Drops in the three. Brooks has got 5 now.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Houston Rockets. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. And it's Watson in at the 3. That's the group for Denver, getting going in the second.
Guards like Murray, they are so good when they're attacking the rim.
Well, Grant, when you think of Jamal Murray and all he's been through, health is of utmost importance for him.
Oh, extremely important, B.A. Because when Murray is healthy, he's a lethal player and a huge part of this team's success.
Murray looking around. Pass to Brown. They kick it out to Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, explosive move. Sometimes Murray doesn't get enough credit for his athleticism.
Nuggets foul. Brown. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Gordon against Eason. To the middle. Here's Şengün. Jokic grabs the board, and Şengün gets it to go.
You love to see Şengün's confidence continue to grow. Just fantastic work off the catch.
Murray passes to Brown. There's the drive, and he throws it down with one hand.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Green with the ball. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. Green loves putting on a show.
Jokic passes to Watson. Now Murray, 6 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get one up. A nice shot by Watson. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But Some rebuilds take longer than others.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Ali LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands, right?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Ali. The Rockets lead by 10 to the inside. Here's Şengün. And Şengün, throw it down.
Yeah, some big men jog up the floor. Şengün is intense, though. He's going to give you everything he's got.
And out of bounds. Houston will have it.
Houston ball.
Let's look at the top rebounders from last season. Fourth, Nikola Jokic.
Simply put, he was terrific down low last year, owning the glass.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Shot clock at 6. Green, the pass to Thompson. Three-pointer. And it's Green missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Outside Murray. Puts up a deep 3. No luck on that one.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Green for 3. Green's feeling it at the arc.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
Outside Murray. They need this. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
And his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Pass to Şengün.
And that's 2 fouls for him so far. But I still think he needs to stay
That's his
aggressive.
second personal foul. Second team foul.
And Houston has possession. Now here's Green.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
Houston shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That one misses. Stan, we know Jokic is one of the best passers this game has ever seen at any position. But his teammates will dish it as well.
Yeah, the Nuggets, by and large, are very unselfish. It's part of their culture. They only bring in guys who are willing to sacrifice to the team. Yeah, exceptional focus from Murray offensively tonight.
And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets. A 12-point game. Pass to Şengün. Releases. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And so it's Houston up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Come one, come all. The 2K. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure?
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Houston Rockets. And that is going to do it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. One guy who's been getting it done is Jamal Murray.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
So on the floor for Houston, they've got Jock Landale, Jabari Smith out there with Green. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1. For 3, Smith. Pure from three-point range.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Here's Strother. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
And a deep three from Van Vliet. Three-pointer off the mark. Nuggets trail by 15. Westbrook, the pass to Porter. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Westbrook finds Porter. Off the mark there with a three. The Rockets have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
And Westbrook slams it home.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And Landale gets it to go.
And that's just fantastic court awareness. Van Vliet sensing the overcommitment and finding the open teammate.
And it's Westbrook off the drive, and the layup falls. Yes! Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And here's Van Vliet, still without a bucket. Outside, Green. Westbrook with the rebound.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And he comes up with a bucket.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Rockets lead by 13. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Van Vliet outside. They set a pick. Shot is up. Porter pulls it in.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
We know Russ can do this. He's averaged double-digit assists numerous times in his career.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Van Vliet against Westbrook. Outside Whitmore. Over Porter. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
From about 16. No good off the glass. The Rockets lead by 11. Back comes Houston in transition. Three-pointer, Van Vliet connects from downtown.
If you let him, Van Vliet will just live at the arc. I mean, he shoots fearlessly from out there.
Here's Strother, guarded by Van Vliet. And here's Porter outside. He drops it from range. Porter's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Yep, that one goes. And the Rockets lead by 13.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots. Oh, wait! Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Van Vliet with it. Picked up by Saric. 5 to shoot. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Here's Whitmore outside. The shot that time not on target. Pass to Strother. Back to Westbrook. Good on the shot, and that changed the lead to single digits. Westbrook's got 8 points.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
And so it's Houston with a 9-point. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Gordon and Jokic together in the middle. Pairing up in the backcourt, Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Pass to Jokic. Jokic using his strength inside.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Thompson with a screen. Brooks against Murray. The drive by Brooks. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
At the line for the Rockets, Dylan Brooks, shooting 1.
And even
there will be 2 minutes to review the play.
still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
And dunking it with authority inside it. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Thompson with it, and Jokic picks him up defensively. Thompson scanning the floor. Clock at 6. Şengün passes to Green. That shot, no good.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time you just couldn't get it done.
Jokic with a screen on Şengün. There's the 3. Pass to Jokic. Thompson with a steal. Here's the break. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Green for 3. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
Scoring is Jalen Green's top skill. I mean, he can pile up the points in a hurry.
Here's Murray. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Outside, Green. Takes the hit and scores inside. Green.
This is where Green is most effective. He's got a great feel for scoring inside.
Murray for 3. Thompson pulls it in. Houston leading by 10. The drive by Brooks. And he goes in for the dunk.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Jokic slashes his way inside. And the dunk by Jokic.
Well, that's just inexcusable defense there. If you give Jokic a lane like that, the joke's on you.
Now Green. And he lobs it up to the rim. Gordon with a steal. Pass to Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Thompson's shot is off.
He's got to be mad at himself. He won't get a better look than that.
Screen by Watson. Brooks against Murray. Jokic with a screen on Brooks. Murray from outside. Rebounded by Green.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Here's Şengün. And Şengün, throw it down.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing
That's his
fashion.
second personal
Well, the
foul.
league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And here are the Rockets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Thompson outside. A deep three. They get it back. And Şengün, throw it down.
Yeah, great positioning and timing from Şengün there. And his height helps a little too.
Jokic, good. And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. They've got a 9-point lead.
That's his fourth personal foul. Second team foul. Checking in the game for you.
And the Rockets with possession here. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, BA. They deserve the win.
Now here's Green. The D's right on him. And so it's Houston winning this one.
That's the end
Boy,
of the
a
game.
nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was...
Place is absolutely buzzing with anticipation. Each team with their first game of the season here tonight.
The key now is making sure your season starts with a win. That first job is a catalyst to the start of your season. Helps you find a rhythm very early.
And now the Lakers starting group. Doncic out there with LeBron James. Then it's Jackson Hayes. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. Watson's shot is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Doncic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And there's no shortage of fight in Doncic. He's a counter-puncher. Hit him with a 3, and he is coming right back at you.
Murray against James. Here's Brown. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And here's Jokic outside. The shot comes out.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
And here are the Nuggets now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Jokic kicks to Watson. Back to Jokic. Just 3 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Brown's shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one. I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And that one's good. James.
Executing the plan here early, still haven't missed the shot.
Here's Brown. Guarded by Doncic. Off the run. Brown's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And yes, it's good.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Murray against LeBron. Pass to Brown. Jokic high post. Knocked away. Jokic draws the double. Here's Brown. And another miss by Denver. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. James has a two-pointer. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Nuggets trail by 6. Three-pointer. Brown's shot is off.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurt.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, what a finish. Rui showing off that athletic ability.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
There's the pick. And Murray. Here we go. And it's Murray with the jam.
And this is Murray at his best, probing inside and finding avenues to the basket using that athleticism.
Doncic passes to James. Off target from outside. Denver's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. If you think Luka Doncic makes amazing shots in games, you should see his trick shots. It's legendary stuff with his teammates. Luka says, I'm just making them up. I like to have fun, so sometimes I just try some new stuff. And of course, Kevin, he always feels like they're going in.
Thank you, D.A. He is a magician with the ball. A very creative mind, and it's fun to watch. Now, here's Watson. James covering. Watson kicks to Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. Here's Brown. He's covered by Hachimura. Sinks the triple.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
And that one drops. Hachimura's got 6.
And the coaching staff loves it. It's why they encourage Hachimura to fire away.
Murray finds Jokic. Fires, high post. And no good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Los Angeles on top, up. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Rui Hachimura out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the center.
Oh, from ultra close range, Doncic.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
All right, a moment to see the stats for Jamal Murray. Last season, he played outstanding. It was around 21 points per game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at his huge role in their offense, a major contributor as far as putting up points.
He's just a natural scorer and someone this offense leans on to help shoulder the load and lead the charge.
Here's Brown. No good with the triple.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Kept alive. Pass to LeBron. And here is Doncic. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. LeBron outside, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I think everybody knows how good LeBron James is, but the thing that makes it remarkable is the longevity of his talent, and he is still leading the way for his team.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with them, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle ball. God is just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Doncic looking it over. Rebound by Murray.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Pulls up. And the space there, but it's offline.
Now, you can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Here's Jokic. In stride. Jokic caps off the break.
And you got to be aware of where Jokic is on the break. Analyzes transition situations and takes advantage of it.
Doncic passes to Hachimura. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Hachimura's got 9.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Good big fella. Jokic wastes no time getting those 3 points back.
And here's Doncic from the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. The slam by Jokic.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
But you know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Jokic kicks to Watson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jokic. Jokic doing the job inside.
Getting comfortable in the second quarter. His efficiency is finally on the rise.
Doncic outside. Kicks it out to LeBron. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Doncic. Kicks it out to James. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 3.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
They grab their own miss. Another shot, and it's good on the layup. Hayes has got his second bucket tonight.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And Murray, here we go. And the rejection by James.
Oh, look at the old man still getting it done on defense. LeBron James still takes great pride in rejecting shots.
Here's Murray, who's back up. Here's Brown, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Los Angeles ball.
Doncic fires from way outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 5. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were. And now let's take a glimpse at some of the games on the... Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Hart.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Rui Hachimura.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
We've got Jordan. Michael Porter's out there with Russell Westbrook. It's Najee in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Reeves outside. Nailed from three-point land. Reeves has got the first basket of the third quarter for Los Angeles. The Nuggets trail by 8. I know Reeves has been accused of hunting fouls before, Richard. Do you see that?
I don't know if it's all on Reeves. It's just the way the game is played. Great players learn how to put you in position to foul them. The goal of the game is to score, and if that's hunting fouls, then hunt away.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kleba. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
The all-around game of Reeves continuing to develop. You just love that pass.
Pass to Strother. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Strother's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Westbrook against Reeves. To the inside. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Porter outside. Denver with a new 14. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Pass to Najee. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And it's Goodwin missing. The Nuggets trail by 7. And Jordan gets it to go on the assist from Porter. Jordan's got his first bucket in this one.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Reeves the pass to Len. And the dunk by Len.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Back to Westbrook. There's the drive. Pass to Strother. A 3 ball. It's blocked. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. The Nuggets 3rd, the Lakers in 5th.
Both teams really good at passing the basketball. You look at the numbers from a season ago, very unselfish.
Kleba sets the screen for Reeves. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
2 minutes remaining.
And he lays it straight in. And now it's a 9-point Laker lead. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set. And there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Vanderbilt the pass to Reeves. And that one, good. Reeves has got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
I love how assertive Reeves is. He is not bashful about trying his luck inside.
And a wide open look for Porter. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Porter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Reeves against Westbrook. Reeves into the lane, and he gets the bucket. Reeves has got 9 points in the quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
They set the pick. Pass to Strother. The kick out to Westbrook. Porter with it. Puts up a deep 3. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Bounce pass from Reeves. And he drives in. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Pass to Strother. The three-pointer is right on target. Strother's got 6. Reeves with it. Over Westbrook. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Goodwin out there with Doncic. And it's Len in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The offensive rebound. Kicks it out to James. Takes the 3. Denver grabs the miss.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And James picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Lakers with some changes. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Alex Len. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Goodwin. Brown's shot is off.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Snatched up. Out to Doncic. The 3. Doncic knocks in the 3.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Watson, the pass to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Lakers leading by 12. Pass to Hachimura. Kicks it out to LeBron. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Denver's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Murray against James. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the Canadian getting up. Murray hammers that one home.
LA has gone 1-3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here.
Oh, yes! Stunning the crowd and the defense with that one. What a show from Doncic.
Stolen. Here's LeBron. Oh, look at that play right there.
Okay, that's how it's done.
Woo! Wow.
Okay, wow. Old man LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Back to Jokic. Pass to Brown. To end the run. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Another miss from him, struggling to find his rhythm.
Doncic outside. Floats it up for James. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Murray the pass to Brown. Murray a screen on Doncic. Back to Murray. Beyond the arc. Buries it from three-point range.
At the arc, Murray is all business, knocking down a confident shot.
LeBron James on the wing. He's covered by Watson. James in the post. Denver grabs the miss. Watson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Brown. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Lakers leading by 12. To the middle. Here's Hayes. Back to Doncic. Kicks it out to James. Shakes him. Back to Doncic. Floats it up for James.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Lakers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other two.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Luka Doncic.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gordon the pass to Jokic. That shot, no good. Good D by James. Tipped away. Here's Brown. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Misses. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment. Thank you for that, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Richard
Opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, BA. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
And now the Los Angeles starters. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Rui Hachimura is out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's James, and it's Doncic in at the 1.
Way downtown, Doncic testing the limits of his range there.
Green against James. And it's Green off the drive. Oh, he goes right over LeBron and slams it down.
Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
Doncic with it. Now Thompson defending. Doncic passes to James. It's hauled in by Houston. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing. And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
4 on the clock. Eason pass to Thompson. Fires for 3. Hachimura with a rebound. And when you look at the Lakers, a lot has happened since their championship run in 2020, Clark.
Yeah, it really has, BA, and I think some of it you have to attribute it to a significant amount of roster turnover. And then you pair that with coaching changes. One of the keys to being successful in anything and at any level and in the NBA, stability, continuity. You've got to have it with your executive management team, coaches, and players. And they've not had that, so the consistency has been hard to find.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 5. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. Doncic has got 7.
A gifted scorer. Luka's going to find a way to get the shots up that he wants to take.
Now let's send it over to Ali LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
And I asked about LeBron James and how his team plans to stop him. He said, I told our guys that we can't give him any lanes to the rim, because when that happens, everything else in his game opens up. We need to clog every avenue to the basket. Guys, let's see if they're able to execute this strategy.
And Ali, thanks. Now here's Doncic. He's got 7. And Doncic with the jam.
Can't let Doncic get the positioning he seeks, or he'll dunk all over you.
Rockets trail by 4. And it's Green off the drive. Hayes against Şengün. Şengün, the screen. Deflected.
Some aggressive defense from Finney-Smith, allowing him to deny that shot.
And here's Doncic outside. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
On the wing, Thompson. Will it go? And the three-pointer goes.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Doncic. 12 points for him. James outside. Hachimura against Eason. Hayes with a screen on Brooks. James goes in. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Green. Rejected by James.
What timing by James on the denial. His hand is right there at the exact moment it needs to be.
And it's Doncic missing.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
It's Eason with the jam.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Now here's Doncic. Coming off a 28-point game against Minnesota.
And he didn't just put up big points. He beat everyone to the boards.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hayes with it. Green picks him up. Hayes, the pass to Finney-Smith. Şengün with a steal.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
At the line for the Lakers, Luka Doncic.
Doncic hits them both.
Luka Doncic is a superstar in this league, and he continues to build on what is going to be some kind of resume when it's all said and done. Has every tool that you need to have to be an MVP one day.
Right side Eason fires the 3. Rebounded by LeBron. Here's Hayes. Here's Finney-Smith. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Los Angeles. Absolutely carrying the offense. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
So on the floor for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. Rui Hachimura is out there with Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's James in at the 2. Here's Eason. Over Finney-Smith. Eason can't get it to go. The Lakers lead by 4. Now Doncic. He's got 14. Pass to James. Hayes in the high post. To the paint. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And out of bounds. Houston will have it. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. The Lakers in 5th.
And what really stands out to me about this team is how they share the rock. They don't want good shots, they want great shots. And collectively as a team, that's what they seek out.
Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Outside Finney-Smith. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That'll be a second foul of the game.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Here's Doncic. Off the inbound, no good.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Sengun has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year. Sengun has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11" post guy. He is so skilled.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that.
Pushing his way past the defense there, Finney-Smith knows how to maintain his composure while under pressure.
To the middle, and stolen by Hayes. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's James. Kicks it to Doncic. Pass to James. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Boy, I tell you what, Rui Hachimura's teammates love seeing extra effort and hustle like that.
Brooks outside. From the arc. It's Hayes with the rebound. The Lakers have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Ooh, poked away. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He wants to review the game plan. After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Look at Green showing off his range.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
Lakers trail by 4. Here's Doncic. And he gets it to go. Doncic has got 16 points.
Oh, man, carving this defense to pieces with the drive. Well done.
Thompson against Doncic. Thompson scanning the floor. On the wing, Brooks. Over Hachimura. And it's Brooks missing. The Lakers have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Back to Doncic. It's stolen by Green. Şengün with it. Hayes picks him up. On the wing, Thompson. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
And here are the Rockets now. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Şengün, the screen. And it's Green pushing it home.
Launching off the ground and throwing it down with ease. Boy, can Green get up.
And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution.
Here's James. His last outing, we saw him score 22. And the shot's good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
That'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The Rockets on top. They're up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes. And
Now let's take a moment. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Jeff Green out there with Smith. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Whitmore in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And it's in there. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
VanVleet against Reeves. Now here's VanVleet. Defense right on him. Lets it go from the wing. Here's Whitmore. Pass to Landale. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Vanderbilt with it. VanVleet covering. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
No good on that one. You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Boy, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Reeves against Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
Reeves against VanVleet. Lynn passes to Reeves. There's a screen by Lynn. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Reeves for the tie. Kept alive. Pass to Goodwin. VanVleet against Reeves. Inside. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It goes on Fred VanVleet. He shot 2 free throws in the game. He's made 1 and missed 1. The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500, Clark.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Vanderbilt, a screen on Van Vliet. Outside Reeves. Down low. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Well, we've seen him miss a couple from the line. He's 2 for 4 so far.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
Yeah, one thing about Van Vliet, he makes the right decision most of the time.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Reeves. Count it. Good.
Austin.
Reeves has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Going on the attack, working his way into a nice shot.
Outside Whitmore. Pass to Van Vliet. A minute 37 left in the third quarter. Green against Reeves. Kleba with a steal. For the lead. And that's good. Austin Reeves for 3. Reeves has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Shooting from a rock-solid base, that gives Austin just the added range he was looking for.
From undrafted to closing games with LeBron and AD. Austin Reeves, what a story, Clark.
It really is a great story. I mean, this guy has just continued to prove the doubters wrong. Nobody's going to outcompete him. He's fearless. He's got great skill. Doesn't lack for confidence either. He's one of my favorite players to watch.
Outside Reeves. And that one drops for him. Reeves has got 9.
It's obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half and are focused on having a more balanced offensive attack.
Here's Whitmore. Tipped. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. And the foul on Cam Whitmore. That's his first foul.
4th team foul.
And here's Reeves. He's got 9. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. On the wing, Green. Outside Whitmore. Pass to Landale. Hey, expanding his range. And another miss by Houston. Outside Reeves. Here's Lynn. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers, leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. We've got Jared Vanderbilt. He's out there with Maxi Kleba. Austin Reeves out there with Alex Lynn. And it's Goodwin in at the shooting guard. Thompson passes to Brooks. Clock is at 3. Takes the 3. Hits a three-pointer.
When he gets the opportunity, they are counting on Brooks to hit that shot.
Brooks against Doncic. Luka on the attack.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
And here's Green from the arc. Hachimura with a rebound.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his third foul of the game.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. James against Thompson. To the middle. Here's Doncic. Shoots over Easton. And it's Doncic missing.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Pass to Thompson. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Doncic with it. Here's Hayes. Second chance shot. And it's good on the lay-in.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Thompson outside. That shot is off. Good D by Doncic. Here's James. Pass to Hayes. And here's Hachimura. 6 on the shot clock. LeBron, attack mode. Uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
Brooks outside. Tries again. And Easton with the layup.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Brooks against Doncic. The ball's knocked loose. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Green up top. Check by James. Outside, Green. Pass to Brooks. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot falls short that time. And James has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Leading by 5. Drains the triple.
Finney Smith a threat both under the basket and way out beyond the arc. He's got great range.
On the wing, Green. Check by James. Easton inside. Finney Smith's there. It's Easton with the jam.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner. Secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Outside, Finney Smith lets it go from deep. And they recover it. Second shot opportunity. Back to Doncic. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Houston.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Easton finds Thompson. On the wing, Green. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5.
LeBron James, 2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Here's Green. Off the mark. And so it's the Lakers with the W. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill.
Something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Peyton Watson. It's Najee in at the 4 spot.
Putting his size to use. Green's got great length, and it helps him there inside.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring level.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Here's Brown. Back to Murray. Clock at 6. Pass to Brown. Well, Nuggets need to get a shot off here.
And a clever defender. I like seeing Brooks be that pest on this end and just disrupt it.
Here's Najee. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Brooks with it. Now guarded by Murray. Thompson passes to Green. Thompson, a screen on Murray. Lobbed up there for Thompson. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for the Rockets.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Udoka. David?
Now the obvious concern is Nikola Jokic, particularly as a playmaker. Coach told me if Jokic goes off for 40 himself, we can still win if we hold his teammates down. But that's tough when he's hitting those guys in their favorite spots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Jokic. Pass to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Going in, and another assist for him.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists. He has been piling them up all year long.
He and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play. Here's Brooks. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, the balance Brooks has is impressive. Able to work through the defense and still capitalize.
The amazing Nikola Jokic, Stan. How fun is this guy for us to watch every time we do a game?
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy, Kevin. He's got so many skills, and he's led the league in touches, but he's near the bottom in how long the ball sticks in his hand, constantly making quick decisions and passes. This guy is really like watching the best we've ever seen.
I would agree. And what a quality to know where to go with the ball when the pressure arrives. Here's Eason. Denver able to drain the 3. From deep, Green knocks down the 3 ball. Green's got 5 points so far.
And shots like this have to fire Green up. Big-time three there.
Murray, the pass to Brown. Driving to the basket. And it's in there. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
Here's Murray. The Rockets making the shot. Pass to Brown. Puts up a three. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And you have to like how active Brooks is on the floor. Working hard to be where his team needs him on that break.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. A nice shot by Brown.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 1. Driving the lane. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot by Eason, no good. Here's Najee, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that concludes a back. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
So on the floor for dinner. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. Then there's Peyton Watson. And it's Nikola Jokic. It's Najee in at the 4.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And Denver has possession. The Rockets making the shot. Jokic passes to Brown. 4 on the clock. Jokic doing the job inside.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Green in the post. Thompson outside. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Here's Najee following the score by Houston. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
Now, here's Jokic. His last outing with 20 points. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Well, we always talk about Murray's shooting, but he can attack the basket as well.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpie's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Now, here's Watson. Scoreless thus far. floats one. And Murray finishes it off. And now it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Hey, Stan, as a coach, what was the most difficult part when transitioning from college to the pros?
That's a great question, Kevin, and I think two things. Number one, the length and the pace of the season. You just didn't have the time to prepare for the next game. Everything was sped up. And then, obviously, the talent of the players. So you're trying to game plan and come up with a way to stop guys who are essentially unstoppable.
Back to Green. Pass to Brooks. And stolen by Murray. 1:29 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Brown. Brooks covering. Into the lane. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Dylan Brooks.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he makes the first. 21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
Green drives in, down low. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge.
Personal surprise. Second team foul. At line for your Rockets.
Now, where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call.
Take a break.
And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And both free throws good for Green.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft, and that's really changed the landscape.
Here's Brown. Jokic with it. With the floater. Şengün with the rebound. Brooks kicks to Green. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Brooks outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Watson. Outside for Murray. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Houston on top as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Rockets.
Well, they've been the more...
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
They've got Smith. Fred VanVleet out there with Whitmore. And there's Green, and it's Landale in at the center position. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Green passes to Landale. 2 points. That one goes. Landale's got the lead up to 7 now for the Rockets.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Offensive rebound. VanVleet against Westbrook. Out to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. And really, Coach Van Gundy, the acquisition of Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets was one of the things that elevated them to the championship caliber team that we saw.
Yeah, Kevin, he was sort of the missing piece. He's a great fit in the front court alongside of Jokic. His athleticism, his defense, his ability to score inside have really made them a great tandem.
And what about his ability, Stan, to fit in right off the bat and make a difference?
You know, just about anybody can fit in playing with Jokic, Kevin. He makes the game easy.
Well said.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. Not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Here's Whitmore. Offensive rebound, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Westbrook against VanVleet. Pass to Smith. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 4. Out to the right wing. And here's Westbrook. In the corner, it's Jordan. He doesn't hit that one. Smith with the defensive effort. Rockets have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Landale misses. For Denver, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break.
Yeah, it seems like Porter Jr. could do even more of this, attacking right at the rim.
VanVleet against Westbrook. Fires the 3. Another miss by Houston. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency.
Changing ends, Westbrook just moves at a different speed than everyone else, and he runs hard all the time. Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Smith left side. VanVleet with a screen on Porter. Clock at 6. Porter against Smith. Whitmore has it. It's Smith with the assist that time. Whitmore's got 5 points in the quarter.
And acting like a seasoned vet out here. Smith running the pick and roll. How about the timing on that pass?
Pass to Strother. Good on the shot. Strother's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Westbrook with the block.
Boy, Westbrook is explosive in everything he does.
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And that one's good by Porter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Whitmore sends a screen for Van Vliet. And a wide-open look for Whitmore. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. And that's now 9 points for Cam Whitmore. Here's Westbrook. 4 seconds left. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Peyton Watson. It's Najee in at the 4-man position. Jokic, and he makes good on the layup. Jokic has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Eason with a screen for Thompson. Driving in. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my gosh.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Murray, good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rockets shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. Şengün with a screen on Murray. Brooks misses. The Nuggets leading by 5. Jokic high post. Easton on him. And Jokic throws it down.
Oh, Jokic with attitude there. Love it.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Green kicks to Brooks. Green with a screen for Brooks. Green passes to Brooks. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Brown's shot is off. Nuggets trail by 7. Thompson passes to Easton. Offline with his 3. Denver's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Şengün finds Thompson. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. It's rebounded by Najee.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Murray outside. To the wing right side. Brown the pass to Watson. And again, Denver no good. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. That shot wide open.
Brooks is always working hard for this team, and here it pays off with a huge basket.
Jokic with his screen on Brooks. And it's Murray penetrating. Shooting foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
Shooting for Denver, Jamal Murray. For 2. The play is currently under review. There's going to be a rule.
Tell what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And he is unable to get the second one.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Murray, a screen on Şengün. Outside for Murray. 6 to shoot.
Well, there's no question. Murray can go get one for you when you need it most.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. Three-pointer, Brooks. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Now, Jokic. Pass to Watson. Back to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Yes!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And with the game tight, Green gets even more in that zone and ensures he's delivering what his team needs.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Eason, first personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
2 shots.
Second one is good, and both at the line. It's a 4-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Here's Green. Pass to Eason. Misses the 3. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight. Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Still in the air, Grant.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams, and that's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. Nikola Jokic is out there with Nagy. Then it's Peyton Watson. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Brown in at the point.
LeBron really added this into his game later in his career, becoming a threat from deep.
Here's Brown. Outside for Porter. Pass to Brown. 4 on the clock. Takes it inside. And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball. Just 2 to shoot. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Los Angeles ball.
Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. As you might expect, he's got his hands full on how to deal with Nikola Jokic. Coach explained so much of their offense runs through him. He's always operating with the ball in his hands. We'll need to do our work early. Don't let him get comfortable when he has the ball. No doubt about it, the Joker is the cog in this offense. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie. James passes to Doncic. 5 to shoot. Back to James. Rebounded by Denver.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Screen by Watson. Here's Brown.
Let me tell you from experience, when LeBron James is locked in on defense, that's a scary sight for a team.
From deep, here's Doncic. And Los Angeles, another 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Brown. Hachimura covering. Nagy passes to Brown. Off target from 3-point range.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the 3-point line.
Pass to Hachimura. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
Here's Nagy. Nails it from 3.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Doncic passes to Hayes. Now here's Doncic. Not a lot of room. And the shot goes in. Doncic has got 5.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Doncic outside. James up top. Back to Doncic. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second.
Defenders have to play Doncic tightly. He knows that and uses the pump fake to his advantage.
Doncic hits them both. Here's Brown. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Pass to Porter. Porter a screen. Here's Watson. And the layup is good off the glass.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Now here's Doncic. He has 7. James inside. He's against Watson. The shot by James, no good. Porter looks it over. Driving to the basket, and then Porter with the dunk.
Okay, Michael Porter. I mean, he just explodes inside and up to the rim before anyone can stop him.
Now here's Doncic. Defense is right there. Lets it fly. Here's James. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one.
You gotta appreciate LeBron's shot selection. He looks to take high percentage shots whenever he can.
Now here's Jokic. No points yet. Najee. And it's all from 3-point range. Now the Lakers moving it up. And he lobs it up. And it's James with the jam.
Oh, yeah, the old man can still do that. LeBron James with the catch and finish.
Jokic against Hayes. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Rui Hachimura.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Doncic outside. Finney-Smith's shot is off. Hachimura against Jokic. Left side Watson. Now here's Porter. Good if it goes. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 5. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
They've got James. Rui Hachimura is out there with Jackson Hayes. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Doncic in at the point. That's the Laker 5. Kicks it to Doncic. The 3. Jokic grabs the board.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Joker coming through, and the dunk by Jokic.
There is a little speed from Jokic on that drive. I mean, you don't expect him to put it on the floor and just go.
And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
And here's Doncic outside. Another miss by Doncic. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. And he dumps it down.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. A strong finish by Doncic.
The guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Here's Brown. Pass to Jokic. And here's Porter. Jokic with a screen on Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Porter from outside. Hits the trifecta. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Oh, Luka, like a bull in there.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
The Nuggets have gotten off to a sensational 5-for-5 start in the second quarter. Porter in the post, guarded by Doncic. Here's Najee. Hachimura with a rebound. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Here's James. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. The Nuggets shooting at around 60% on this one. Very efficient. Porter against James. Screen by Watson. Here's Jokic. The big man, Jokic. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
To the paint. Here's James. And slam dunk by James.
This is classic LeBron, leaping off the floor for a powerful dunk.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Right side Watson, over to the wing. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon. And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Here's Watson. Yet another assist.
And he's nearing this franchise's single-season record for assists, piling them up all year long.
And he and his teammates have such chemistry at this point. There's that unspoken connection and understanding of how they want to play. Pass to James. Kicks it to Doncic. Puts up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by James. Doncic has got 16 points.
And look at Luka now getting aggressive at the arc. He was eager to answer that last 3.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Watson inside. Finney-Smith's there. Jokic with a screen on James. Here's Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. James deciding where to go with it. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. It's been all about Nikola Jokic for Denver. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can quiet a hostile.
Taking a peek now. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
On the court for the Nuggets, they've got Dario Saric. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Murray, and it's Strother in a 2-guard. Len passes to Vanderbilt. Here's Goodwin. Vanderbilt with a screen for the lead. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Denver in the lead. Here's Murray. Softly drops in the floater.
What touch by Murray. Such a skilled scorer.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. Out to the wing. Here's Goodwin. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Pass to Jordan. Here's Strother. Jordan, the screen. And here's Murray. To the left side wing. Here's Strother. No good on the triple. Lakers trail by 4. Pass to Lynn. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And always interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. In the third spot, the Lakers.
They would just push the ball at every opportunity, even when defenders had already gotten back.
Good on both. 90 seconds into the second half now. The Nuggets shooting 59% in this one. A good average. Murray with it. Guarded by Kleba. And he lobs it up to the rim. On the break. From deep, Reeves. On target from range. And the Lakers lead by 1.
At this point in time for Reeves, this is just a reflex. He knew he had it the moment he had the ball.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Austin Reeves picks one up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
I just love the moxie Murray has to his game. He's so fast and supremely confident.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Reeves against Murray. Outside Reeves. Up and in on the layup. Reeves has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Nice concentration from Reeves. Never loses focus despite the contact.
And his defenses have adjusted to Austin Reeves scoring. Richard, he's countered with the pass.
Austin Reeves doesn't get enough credit for how good his handle is, how much it's improved. It's allowed for him to score, get into different places, and make these passes.
Inside, Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt slams it in. Man, what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Here's Gordon, and that one is stuffed right through.
Fouling Gordon won't necessarily stop him from scoring. He's not afraid to get physical with opponents.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Gordon. Los Angeles has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. Murray against Reeves. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Reeves has got 7 now in this quarter.
Not just a jump shooter, Reeves is also skilled at converting in close.
Here's Murray. Banked it in off the glass.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Now Reeves. 7 points in the game. 5 on the clock. To the inside. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his balance.
The drive by Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
What a dynamic drive by Murray, upsetting the defense and getting him to a shot.
Reeves against Murray. To the paint. It's stolen by Saric. And here we go, the Nuggets on the fast break. Here's Strother. 36 seconds left in the third. Gordon, left side.
Hey, when Gordon is playing with confidence, Aaron is a handful for defenders.
And these will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Shooting for Denver.
Both free throws good from Gordon. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Lynn. Here's Goodwin. From outside the arc. It's not going to go for him. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. We've got Jared Vanderbilt. He's out there with Maxi Kleba. Alex Len is out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Goodwin in at the two-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And there's Porter on the assist by Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 6. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Screen by Watson. Pass to Jokic. 4 on the clock. From downtown. No good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Here's James. Doncic on the wing. Hayes with a screen. Down low. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Porter.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Fast break. Here come the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. Blocked.
Perfect timing by Hachimura. What a block.
Here's James. Nice work inside from James.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Here's Brown. Check by James. Pass to Jokic. No stopping Jokic in the paint.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
James outside. Porter pulls it in. Denver leading by 6. And that's an intentional foul.
Luka Doncic. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Brown. Porter with a screen on James. Outside Porter. This one for 3. Doncic pulls down the board. For Los Angeles, they've got just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Here's James on the wing. Covered by Jokic. Oh, and the jam by James.
How many times have we seen LeBron hit a huge bucket in his career? I don't know. I've lost count, but that was beautiful to watch.
Jokic shot is good. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Lakers trail by 6. Doncic with it. 11 feet out. Here's Hayes. Pass to Hachimura. Shot clock at 3. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Oh, what a finish. Uri showing off that athletic ability.
And here's Jokic out to the right wing. Outside Watson. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Fires from deep. They grab their own miss. That shot missing. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Here's Brown. Check by James. Najee passes to Jokic. Jokic muscles it down.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
James passes to Finney-Smith.
Count it! Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Outside Watson. Jokic the screen. Watson passes to Jokic. The Nuggets need to get one up. Watson. That three's off the mark. Here's Finney-Smith. Money!
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Oh, return to sender. Stuffed it and grabs a rock. The one-man stop. And so it's the Lakers who scrape by with the win. What a performance they had. Allie, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Rich.
Sports. And another. Here's the starting group for Houston. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Green. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Hayes in at the 5 down low. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Here they are, game 1 of the season. Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
In the corner, Finney-Smith with it. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Really good work by Finney-Smith there to get himself in position, doing the work before the shot. And once he gets the ball, he's good to go.
Green with the ball. It's hauled in by Doncic.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's Doncic. Last game he had 28 points. Pass to Hachimura. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
On the hunt to make a big defensive impact. Thompson denying that shot.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
3 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Doncic against Eason. Out to the right wing. Finney-Smith passes to Hachimura. Back to Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks grabs the board. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to Minnesota. On the wing, Green. Oh!
Wow! Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
Here's Finney-Smith, and finish off by Finney-Smith.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now, here's Thompson. And there's the drive, and that one drops for him.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Pass to LeBron. And the the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Weight room.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
His first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Los Angeles, LeBron James. 3-1.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. Now, here's Green. Eason finds Şengün. And some nice passing there by Houston. Şengün with the screen for Brooks. Shoots over Doncic. And Houston again with the bucket. Lakers leading by 3. Doncic outside. Takes a 3. Brooks grabs the board. The Rockets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That's what Brooks likes. Power hoop.
Doncic against Thompson. James a screen on Thompson. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Şengün. Brooks kicks to Thompson. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 5. And Thompson slams it home.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Jackson Hayes is out there with Hachimura. Then it's James. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Doncic in at the point. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Doncic dishes to James. Picked by Finney-Smith. Oh, the athletic move by LeBron James.
An ultra competitor in everything he does. LeBron doesn't go up just for the simple layup. He wants to throw it down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Green taking his time here. Şengün with the screen for Green. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets... Really doesn't matter what position LeBron is playing. The point, the 4 or the 5, James changes games with his passing ability.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. LeBron James is still dominating at an age where most players are well into their retirement. How does he do it? He said, show up, put the work in, and then go out and trust it. I'm just trying to push the limit. See how far I can take this thing. It's me versus Father Time. Kevin, back to you.
And David, that's one you're always going to win against Father Time. Hey, thank you for the report. The three for Doncic. It's rebounded by Houston. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. A lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
James in the post. Eason on him. James looking around. Pocket 6. And it's Hachimura in the corner. That's the 3 fly. He can't get that one.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Doncic against Brooks.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Şengün inside. Can't connect from short range. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the side. Hayes the pass to Finney-Smith. Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, one, guys flopping the draw fouls, and then two, whining when fouls aren't called.
Doncic against Thompson. Tries again. Out to Doncic. And Doncic with the triple.
Yeah, you got to tag Doncic in these corner spots now, or you're going to get punished from there.
Green against LeBron. Outside, Green. Pass to Eason. Hachimura against Green. Off target with his 3.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
LeBron passes to Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And stolen by James. Here's Finney-Smith. He's got 5. To the paint. Here's Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly.
You'll see teams attempt to space the floor, but these guys really do it. They've got great shooters who take great shots.
And now let's... That is more than enough of us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. So on the floor for Houston, Whitmore is out there with Jayshawn Tate. And there's Green. Then it's Jabari Smith. And it's Landale in at the 5. And it's slammed in by Smith.
And smart play by Smith. Using that build to get in there and just fight for the rebound and the finish.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. No good on the 3. Rockets trail by 4. That's a 2 from Smith. Here he goes, and it's slammed in by Smith.
And I like this play by Smith, leaping up off the drive to hand deliver it to the basket.
On the wing, Reeves. Whitmore defending. Now Reeves. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I love when Reeves has the ball in his hands. He's crafty, and he always seems to make things happen.
Here's Whitmore. He's defended by Reeves. No one near Smith as he lets it go. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Los Angeles has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Reeves outside. Pass to Len. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And they were one of the NBA's top 5 fast break teams. Not many were better on the break than this group.
And you just mentioned it. What a year it was for them on the glass. The sheer effort and energy they put into their rebounding was tremendous. Whitmore with it. Now defended by Goodwin. Tate against Reeves. Back to Whitmore. Tate with the screen for Whitmore. For the lead. A rebound by the Lakers.
Well, I think that was clearly a fourth. He was a little anxious. Too much in a hurry right there.
And Clark, while he might be someone who doesn't stand out, Maxi Kleber is vital for this team.
You know, Kleber usually averages in the single-digit scoring, but he's a 6'10 floor spacer, which puts a lot of pressure on the opposing defense. He plays a lot of the 5, and he more than holds his own defensively. He's a nice rotational player.
Here's Whitmore. He's defended by Reeves. Drives to the hoop, and Whitmore throws it down.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Vanderbilt the pass to Reeves. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Reeves. Back to Vanderbilt. Pass to Reeves. The 3. Good on the triple. Reeves has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Austin Reeves is an absolute laser. Makes it look easy from out there.
Over in the corner, Green drills the three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Here's Reeves. Count that one.
Nice effort by Reeves that time. This wasn't going to be denied despite getting fouled.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Here's Tate. He has yet to score.
Los Angeles foul. Goodwin. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Smith on the wing. Vanderbilt defending. 6 to shoot. Green deciding where to go with it. Over Vanderbilt. Kept alive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
That's a good one. Shoots the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Goodwin's got himself going there. His first points in the game on the deep ball. Over in the corner, Green. Now here's Len. Rebound by Smith. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Reeves outside. Pass to Vanderbilt.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Green inside the three-point line. He knocks it down. But wait a minute, the officials are getting together.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up.
The third quarter comes to a close. Lakers lead by 6. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Los Angeles. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Jackson Hayes is out there with Hachimura. Then there's Doncic, and it's James in at the 2 spot. That's the Laker 5. Hayes with the screen for LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Down low, and Hayes throws it down.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge. Throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Eason down low. He's covered by Hachimura. Back to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Şengün finishing with authority. There you go, big fella. Make them feel you.
Eason against LeBron. Fires from deep. Green with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Hayes with the screen for LeBron. Pass to Hayes. Back to James. It's rebounded by Houston. Eason's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Green. Looking to end his cold. Look out!
Green doing work inside. Feels like he can score on just about anybody.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. Now they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When 3 goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Green finds Brooks. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. To the wing on the left. Houston needs to get a shot. Doncic with the steal. Pass to James. Hachimura with a screen on Eason. LeBron passes to Hachimura. Doesn't go for it. Great defense that time from Şengün. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Eason with a screen for Brooks. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Green kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Brooks setting a pick for Thompson. Puts it up from 17. And it's Brooks that time on the assist by Thompson. Brooks has got the game tied up here for the Rockets. Now here's James. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. Inside, here's Hachimura. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Dylan Brooks.
One thing you can say about Hachimura, he is not afraid of the challenge.
And the turnover again by Houston. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. LA's on 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well. J.J. Redick calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Doncic. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5 to shoot. Picked by Finney-Smith. James. It's in!
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
And so here is Houston. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Hachimura touched it last. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Brooks against Doncic. To Şengün. Shoots. Can't cash in. And an intentional foul right there.
Had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
Now a timeout called by Houston. 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
They're trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
Another miss by Houston. And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But, David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.